The 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, they put in a whole lot of hard work and preparation in the offseason. We saw them already in the preseason, and now all those adjustments get put to the test for a game that's going to count, and they're hoping to start out 1-0. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before, Kenny has said it many times, it could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning of the season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And this matchup with the Hornets, it's their first game of the NBA's regular season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
And they know they're the better team and out to prove as much tonight. They split the season series a year ago, but they want to change that up now.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Williams down low with Jefferson. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 slot.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season, he was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
Fires from deep. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Then kicks to Bosh. Lets it go from 14. That one off the back iron and out. We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a 1-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line, but I think it's worth a further look.
Here's Wade following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Now Wade, 5 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And Dwyane Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwyane Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
And he makes the first. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
Now here's Jefferson. And Charlotte again with the bucket. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Walker against Dragic. There's the pick. Kicks to Wade. The fadeaway, and that one's good. The Heat struggled in their own division last year, ended up third in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. They need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Dragic against Walker. Right side Bosh fires from the wing. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Dragic against Walker. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. Jefferson. And Whiteside sends it back. Dragic with it. Bosh, the screen. Dragic against Walker. No good from Dragic.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. Kid Gilchrist has got his first 2 points of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
No good from Wade.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
One player he said they can't overlook is Chris Bosh. He said Bosh is the perfect complementary scorer. He can hit the spot-up J and also really crash the offensive boards. We simply can't get so caught up elsewhere that we allow him to have a big night. And Kevin, at 6'11", Bosh really an anchor in that front court. When he plays well, they're tough to beat.
Thanks again, Doris. Now Wade, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Walker against Wade. Walker with some nice D.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Williams, a screen on Wade, and it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Wade gets the bucket.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down. And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Kemba Walker. Good season for him last year. Last season put up about 17 points per, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And you look at his score, and he was #1 on the team last season.
And Greg, I liked his ability to play through contact, his exceptional concentration. That allowed him to be a great finisher.
And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a A chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Now here's Dragic. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's Wade penetrating. All sorts of time, and the jumper is on the mark.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Outside, Walker. The shot is off, and the Heat going the other way now. Outside, Dragic. Wade outside. Dragic against Walker. Right side, Dragic, and they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Winslow's checked in for Dang. Green comes in for Dwyane Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Lynn. Outside, Walker. Zeller, a screen on Chalmers. Walker goes in. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. Here is Chalmers. Stoudemire outside. And there's the pass to Bosh. Is good.
Kevin, a big guy with his quickness should be almost illegal. How can you guard that?
Hornets have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Zeller, a screen on Chalmers. Chalmers against Walker. And the basket by Kaminsky.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Here's Green. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Winslow wide open. He fires, and it's off from three-point range.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And it's Walker penetrating. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Dan Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
And that one falls for Zeller.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly. But that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Both good from the line that time. And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
Now here's Lynn, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Picked by Zeller. And Batum kicks to Lynn. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. The Heat trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be. And look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in opponent points per game, 11th in field goal percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in steals as well. Pretty impressive.
And back to their ranking in terms of opponents' points per game. Kind of an old school stat, but sometimes pace of play can factor in. But make no mistake, they made things difficult for their opponent.
Now here's Green. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. The 11-footer, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Charlotte leading by 6. Lynn the pass to Batum to the left wing. Lynn sets the pick for Kaminsky. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Green. Lamb dishes to Zeller, and it's sent back by Bosch.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
And he gets it to go. And now just a 4-point Charlotte lead.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Pick by Zeller. Outside, Batum. Over to the left wing. Just 4 to shoot. From 12 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in. Kaminsky's got his second bucket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Green with the jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
This one for 3. No luck.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hornets lead by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help, Greg, but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
That's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own the paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang out there with Whiteside, and it's Green in at the small forward. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Now here's Lynn. There's Walker with the 3, but they'll get another chance. Back to Lynn. Outside, Walker. There's the pick. Back to Lynn, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And now let's take a look at Dwyane Wade. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 21 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, points, you got to have them. I mean, they do keep score. That's what makes him really valuable in that second unit, points.
Here's Whiteside, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season, averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Here's Jefferson. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Jefferson's got his second bucket.
Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
And it's Wade penetrating, and he gets it to go.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, and they've also balanced that, though, guys, with the attack off the bounce as well to get them some points.
Now here's Walker. Outside, Lynn. Dishes to Williams. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Pass to Jefferson. Back to Walker. With the fadeaway. Misses off the right iron.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
Wade on the wing, defended by Lynn. He had a nice open look right there. And now a 5-point Miami lead.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And the wide open shot from Green. And again, Miami with the triple.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Now here's Jefferson. And Whiteside sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And Green slams it in.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And the shot is good. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
So it's the Hornets now. The Heat getting the bucket. Outside Williams. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. Again, the miss by Jefferson.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Green, the pass to Dragic. Wade against Land. The shot by Wade, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Lynn. Lets the three fly. Wade with the defensive effort. And it's Miami's ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Dang with the screen for Dragic. Outside Dang. Wade outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Hornets trail by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Screen by Jefferson. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Nice work there coming off the screen. Jefferson's got 6 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of it.
Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Second is Hassan Whiteside.
You know, he was a consistent shot blocker because he got his hands on shots that looked like they were free and clear, and then boom, he'd come out of nowhere and deny it.
And the Heat making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Charlotte also making some changes. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Williams. And it's Batum in for Jeremy Lin.
And you know, it's what spurred Jefferson to kind of rededicate to defense when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack.
A shot by Batum, no good. The Heat leading by 6. Stoudemire with a screen on Walker. Dragic. Dang gets a wide open look. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And for Jefferson and his defense, players know when they are being targeted. So good for Big Al to do something about it.
Now here's Walker. Shot's good from Hawes. Hawes got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Whiteside, a screen on Walker. Outside Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Floats one up, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. And some changes here for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Lamb comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stoudemire dishes to Chalmers. Wade with no one around. Miami no good on that time either.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Here's Walker. Inside, and Hawes kicks to Batum. Walker goes in. Hawes, the pass to Batum, uses the glass to finish the layup. And now just a 3-point Miami lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Wade. He's got 13. Chalmers' shot is no good. Inside, knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
Looking now at some numbers for Chalmers. Last season's performance for him. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Now here's Batum. 7 points in the game. Walker against Chalmers, and Walker kicks to Hawes. And the rejection by Stoudemire. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. That doesn't go. He's 5 of 12 on the night.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Walker against Chalmers. Walker dishes to Lamb. He feeds it to Hawes. The offensive rebound.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
And you know what? No need to catch it in a situation like that. He's got terrifically soft hands, and that finish doesn't allow the defense to react.
Hornets trail by 3. Now here's Walker. Lamb passes to Walker. Feeds it to Hawes. The 10-footer. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists now in the game. Miami's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball. Look here at last year in the NBA, where the Hornets ranked. First in fewest turnovers a game, 7th in blocks, and they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And I want to go back to that turnover ranking. Best in the NBA. That's a huge stat to look at when you talk about their ability to execute and the decision-making. They don't beat themselves, and that's a big reason why they won as much as they did.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Now here's Walker. Now the dish to Zeller. And stolen by Chalmers. And here's the fast break. Chalmers leading the way. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
.102 left in the second quarter. Walker against Chalmers. Outside, Walker. Passes it to Kaminsky. From the top of the key. And it's Miami with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Bosh sets the pick for Wade. Back to Bosh. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Bosh has got 8 points.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Pick by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Stolen by Winslow. Wade on the wing. With 4 seconds on the clock. And that one's good. Now it's a 5-point Miami lead.
Oh, great move to get to the rack there against the guy who doesn't really just have the strength to be able to keep him away from the rim.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Miami ahead. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the three-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They started to take control of the game in the second quarter and pulled away nicely, heading into halftime up by 5. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat? And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more in transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Dwyane Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Hornets trail by 5.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Here's Jefferson following the basket by Chris Bosh. And here is Kid Gilchrist. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Clark for Kid Gilchrist and his shot. It seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And last year, the Hornets failed to achieve the same success as they had in 2014. Still, they played decent basketball against the rest of that Southeast Division.
Here's Batum after the made shot from Dwyane Wade. Screen by Jefferson. Batum against Wade. Batum attacking. Here's Kid Gilchrist.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Dragic kicks to Wade. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Dang, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Hornets trail by 7. As you said, the Hornets played solid against the Southeast Division, finished 4th in the division, but played 500 ball going 8 up and 8 down against the other 4 Southeast members, Clark.
Not too shabby considering how strong Atlanta and Washington were. In general, the Hornets played pretty tough against every team in the division and did the same in the conference, too.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High-energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And, Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3 or just taking it to the rack himself. Check of the stats for Chris Bosh. Good season for him last year. He was around 21 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he slogged through a really down season last year. He's motivated to make amends this season.
Most definitely. I mean, he knows he didn't have a good year. But now it's a completely fresh start, a reset button. I think he bounces back. And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running. Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
He kicks it to Dang. And there's the feed to Bosh. Ball's knocked loose. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Williams with the ball, and Bosh picks him up defensively. Williams, a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And now just a 5-point Miami lead.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
And he makes the first. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season, said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
Both shots good from the stripe. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Now Lynn. There's a screen by Williams. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
The Hornets have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. That free throw, no good.
Kid Gilchrist having a good one. He's got 8 points and 1 steal as well.
And he's good on the second. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Dragic dishes to Green. Kicks it to Bosh. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Hornets trail by 6. Lynn with it. He dishes it to Williams. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
And talking about Kid Gilchrist, yes, he's worked to fix his shooting form last season, but the real improvement was made on the boards. He averaged 7.5 rebounds a game in only 29 minutes of play. That is outstanding.
Here's Dragic following the 3 by Charlotte.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Now here's Williams. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And for Kid Gilchrist, he was accustomed to so much winning in high school, college, international competition. He's had a rough first 3 years in the NBA, making the playoffs only once in that time. But he's a real warrior, so that has to be killing him inside.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Spencer Hawes is checked in for Al Jefferson. And both free throws good for Williams. Now the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
The Heat have shot 6 or 7 at the line. Free throw drops for Goran Dragic.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Both free throws good from Dragic. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off during the run.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. It's going to send Chris Bosh to the free throw line. That's on Marvin Williams. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Now here's Williams. 8 points for him. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating, and that one's good. Kid Gilchrist has got 5 points now this quarter.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Whiteside, a screen on Lynn. Rockets against Lynn. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Lynn. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. Some last season stats for him. He was around 9 points per last year, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for the Heat. Chalmers comes in for Luol Deng. Green, the screen. Chalmers against Lynn. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. The Hornets have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the 3rd quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Batum sets a screen for Lynn. Picked by Zeller. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And the shot is long.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Whiteside, Dragic. The steal. Here's Lynn. The pass to Hawes. No good. The Heat go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Chalmers with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And here's Green outside. And that one's good. Now it's a 4-point Heat lead.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Zeller, a screen on Chalmers. Outside, Lynn. Zeller setting the pick for Lynn. Dishes it to Zeller. Charlotte no good that time either.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Over in the corner, Chalmers launches it. And again, Miami with the triple.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
Shot by Zeller, no good. And it's Miami's ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Bosch, a screen on Lynn. Chalmers passes to Stoudemire. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. 1:51 left in the 3rd quarter. Zeller setting the pick for Lynn. Batum, good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Here's Stoudemire after the basket by Charlotte. Here's Green. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Now that's an old school move right there. A good one, too, the fadeaway.
Chalmers against Land. Pass to Hawes. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Hawes got 4 points in the quarter.
And talking about Lynn last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
27 seconds left to play here in the third, and there's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Winslow's checked in for Goran Dragic. And then for Charlotte, Kaminsky comes in for Spencer Hawes. And it's Lamb in there for Kid Gilchrist.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Lynn, and the layup's good off the glass. Lynn's got 6. Now, here's Chalmers. And that's not going to go. And we've reached the end of the third. Heat lead by 4. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Heat leading by 4. Chalmers runs the point with Wade to his side. Dang out there with Winslow, and it's Whiteside in its center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Wade. And it's Dang in the corner. Walker with the rebound. Charlotte's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Chalmers kicks to Winslow. Tries from 10. It's deflected. And here's Walker. Kaminsky dishes to Jefferson.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
Check out the game for Jefferson. He has 8 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
That one drops. He ties it up. And Miami shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Chalmers against Walker. And that one's good. And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the All-Star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Kaminsky with the ball. He's picked up by Dang. Williams gets the bucket.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Dang, the basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Double team on Wade. Winslow kicks to Whiteside. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. The three-pointer off the mark. The Hornets have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Screen by Jefferson. Pass to Kaminsky to take the lead. Can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Chalmers kicks to Winslow. Wade against Walker. At the elbow, Jefferson. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Jefferson kicks to Williams. Here's Lamb. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul. Goran Dragic is checked in for Mario Chalmers. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, Winslow with it. Wade outside. No good. Excellent D there from Williams. Charlotte's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Floats one up. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The drive by Wade. And that one's good. Wade's got 19 points.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Now here's Walker. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte again missing.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Whiteside, no good. Charlotte trailing. Now Walker. Screen by Jefferson. Off the pick. Walker's shot is off. The Heat have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Dragic against Kid Gilchrist. Dang, a screen on Kid Gilchrist. And it's Dragic off the drive. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got his 8th assist here tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Wade after Jeremy Lamb's miss. And it's Dragic off the drive, and he gets it to go. Now it's a 6-point Miami lead.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Williams can't hit. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Wade kicks to Dragic. He feeds it to Winslow. Right side a screen. Wade drives in, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Now here's Walker. Shot to end this cold run. They grab their own miss. Jefferson. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Heat leading by 8. Dragic kicks to Wade. Wade double team. Winslow the pass to Whiteside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Dragic against Walker. Looking to get back on track here. And the layup is good.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The Heat have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Dragic dishes to Wade. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. Charlotte also making some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Batum in for Jeremy Lamb. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Walker. Whiteside a screen. That's good from Wade on the assist by Dragic. And now it's up to 25 points for Wade. Hornets trail by 10. Outside, Walker. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. Shoots from 8, and he gets it to go.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
The Heat have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wade. And the layup falls. Wade's got the lead up to 10 now for Miami.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's Dragic, following the miss by Al Jefferson.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now here's Jefferson. Picked by Zeller. Zeller, a screen on Dragic, and Walker kicks to Zeller. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Outside Dragic. Whiteside a screen. Shoots off the screen, and another basket for Miami.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Now here's Walker. From the baseline. And Whiteside sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. .109 left in the fourth quarter. That's good. And that's 12 points for Nicholas Batum.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Heat.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Dwyane Wade. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And Miami has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside Dragic. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Goran Dragic. And Goran, what a nice show the team put on for your fans tonight.
Yeah, great win for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play, and we are hustling on every play, defense and offense, and I'm really happy that we won that game.
You enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. Thank you, Goran. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwyane Wade.
Well, Dwyane Wade was at his best tonight, fellas. He's a ferocious competitor when he gets in the zone like that. That intensity on defense, those explosive moves to the rim, Dwyane Wade had it going on tonight.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.